Talk to me a little about you. Before this, you were able to show me the brand new app that you guys just dropped.
Yeah.
And I know you're super stoked on that. First off, what did you have to go in to get that? Was that funded by NC Fit? Or did you guys have to take investors? Because apps are no joke. These are not things you turn out with $20,000, $50,000.
Yeah. So NC Fit has never taken outside funding.
Okay. So
Yeah.
this is fully funded. So you've got a lot of eggs in that basket right now. Was that on the timeline, or was that like a COVID, like, okay, brick and mortar, we're good, we've got to establish, like, do you think you'll open more corporately owned NC Fits, or are you guys going to focus, like, the ones we got here are great, we're going to focus on our partners, our license, and then this app?
Yeah, that's exactly it. So, for years and years and years, we've been in the app business, as you know, but more from a B2B side. And we learned a lot in the app business. And I think we probably spent on our first app, I would venture to say $500,000. And we learned a lot through that process. And that helped us find the right partner for our new app. Not to say the old partner they were okay.
The main lesson you told me is stay domestic if possible.
Yeah. And so we used to have it domestically owned, but outsourced to India. And I don't know if it was necessarily because it was outsourced to India that it created challenges. Maybe it was the time change, maybe language barrier, maybe it was whatever. It's just you weren't able to get coffee with these people and sit down and say, hey, like what's going on? And so now, because our other team is US based and we could actually sit down with them and go over the roadmap, it's just been much better communication. So we rolled out the new app a couple of weeks ago. It's been doing very well. We're really happy about it. I can't, the exact figure on that is, in the hundreds of thousands. I got to figure out, we're still in the middle of building it all together. But the future for NC Fit will be allow the brick and mortar, like the one we're sitting in right now, to be the most fullest expression of what we provide, meaning world-class coaching, phenomenal environment. Let's really make these the tip of the spear. But for those people that don't live near one of these or one of our partner locations, let's provide them the tools that we're developing every day in these brick and mortars through online access. That's the theory.
And we can talk very honestly, you and me have been in this game long enough. If you have a single gym and you want to pay people well take home money, you are going to be working off some kind of razor thin margins. Like brick and mortar gyms are not going to have great margins as far as that goes. The only way you can make that kind of a wash is if you have other verticals. So if you I've been able to take my gym to a profit margin of almost nil because I have the real estate company on that side. And you can hack things. If you have different verticals, you can be like, all right, well, if the gyms are just breaking even, it's amazing because it's still our place to shoot content. It's still it's the live workhouse. It's the showroom when people come visit. Do you see these other verticals as giving breathing room to the brick and mortar? Because brick and mortar is a volatile sales business. It's an up and down, COVID, no COVID, whatever the fuck. Yeah. Do you see this as gives you guys breathing room to where now the gyms are not as much a stressor as they are just kind of they're great, they pay for themselves, but if we don't make a lot of money on the actual gym, we're able to pay people more because we have these other verticals?
One would say you could have that mentality. We don't. We believe that each location, each vertical, every single thing needs to be able to stand on its own. That we're big believers in that, meaning because you could have your virtual crushing it. Now, if you want to allocate, let's just say we film in here. If you want to allocate $5,000 a month for rental fee, that's fine, right? But this location needs to be able to stand on its own, just like all others, and they need to be profitable and have the numbers to back them up. Because as we grow and develop our partner program, we want to be able to show that there's really a way to make $10,000 a month net or whatever it may be. So although, to answer your question, it's important to have different verticals so that when you do have challenges like COVID or other things, you can have more legs to your table. That being said, we as leaders in the organization look at each facet of the business and they need to be able to stand on its own. So if we don't think this is performing to its expectation, we will spend time focusing on it, because we can't have the gyms losing, let's just say 10,000, but virtual making 100,000. We need these to be able to stand on their own and be profitable enough so we could back it up. And it's worth the risk and liability.